Ice cream dripping across the floor. Big house, garage, Bentley's, Ferrari. When I go before I say no, make me check my itinerary. G4, G-Fly, bed in the back, so I have a G-night. Good night, good night. Ain't no nigga you can find like this.
Hey!
Hello!
How are you?
Good. How are you, my
Good.
there?
Are you alone for our special edition?
I am alone for our special edition today. Telly, unfortunately, has a head cold. She is sneezing up this place. It's uncontrollable. We figured, you know what? Take the night off. Get well soon. And she sends all her love to Not Your Typical Girl Talk crew and supporters out there tonight.
Amazing. Well, Telly is going to miss my extra special eyelashes as I'm waiting for these shows because the show is going to be so shady. So I wore my biggest lashes. I would never normally wear this, but honestly, we have so much shade from tonight's special episode that I actually dug them out and put on my shadiest of eyelashes. I know Robbie hates them. I don't love them either. But it was in for the special edition, babe. It's for the special edition. I'm going to take them off right after the show. I'm just saying. It's really shady. So we love Telly.
I love
Telly. Feel better, Telly. But we definitely are going to get into it and quickly introduce ourselves in alphabetical order.
Yes, everyone. Hello. Welcome to Not Your Typical Girl Talk. My name is Garcia. Welcome to the show where we are always trying to make sense of the foolishness on these deep, dark innanets. That's what we're all about. We want to thank Radio Regent, syndicated through iHeartRadio, for allowing us this platform to replay our show every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on internet radio. So check us out on there. We know that you need more than one dose a week. So there you go. Now you're getting 2 doses. 2 doses a week. That's all you need. Toshiba, what is going on, my friend?
Hey, everybody. I'm Toshiba. They call me Sheba. But honestly, we got so much. So I'm going to let my partner in crime introduce himself.
It's your boy, Robbie 3 times, and this Wednesday night, so let's go for it, I guess. I don't want to hear all this shade. Like, it's been so much going on.
There's so much going on. Again, the way I'm sure when he came home, he was like, why does her face look like that? With these eyelashes.
What did you do to yourself?
I like to do different things. So I'm just saying it's a shady show. So we go.
Just don't leave them on the couch or sitting on a pillow somewhere because I know that men hate that.
I know, and he will definitely throw it away. Like, without, he's not going to be like, babe, your eyelashes, those are in the garbage. Mink be damned, okay? Mink lashes be damned. So here's the thing. We're going to start off the show with a segment where I'm like, what is the world coming to? So we recently got word of a situation where 2 employees were killed, and you will never guess why. And I have an update on the story. So I have entitled this segment, Too Much Sauce. And it is. This is unbelievable. The co-owner of the Subway says a customer shot and killed his employee because the employee put too much mayonnaise on his sandwich. He says the customer also shot another employee too, and she's now in surgery at the hospital. I have more on this, and she puts her CBS. Now, the man has since been arrested, and he is indeed black.
Oh, black? What race is this? What races are they? I would have definitely guessed Negro on this one.
Would you?
Well, let me scoot over.
You know what? You should never mess with a black man's food.
Apparently, like that to me, that's crazy to think. Like, here's the thing: this, and one of the young ladies. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this because I'm just bringing this to people's attention that the world has come to the point where something as small as too much mayonnaise on a sandwich is triggering to someone, to the point they will pull a trigger. And one of the young ladies, her 5-year-old, happened to have been at work with her.
Yes.
The 2 ladies who got shot, again, I got more details, I tracked it down, they were roommates. So they had got this job together, they were working it together, one of their 5-year-old happened to be there, and this man disregarded all of that because there was too much mayonnaise on his sub. But good news is he's in prison.
Yeah, and condolences to their families and To that poor child, I really do hope the child gets all the support and therapy that it will need. And yeah, you're right. This is just speaking to the climate of the world right now, where we are as human beings, where something where you used to just say, you know, could I get another sandwich, or could you pass me a knife so I can take this mayo off? We went from that to now taking everything to 100 and doing the most. And yeah, unfortunately, there's a lot of families that are now struck with this tragedy. So RIP to these young women. And yeah, I'm sorry that they had to suffer this.
And this is the last thing I say, and then Robbie 3 times will have his chance. You know, a lot of people like to make excuses, and you could have excused a lot of things, you know, but this was a 36-year-old grown man, right? It's easy to say if it's a 17-year-old trigger finger happy, it's still not acceptable, but this is a man who's clearly lived some life and probably may have children of his own. So not did he only ruin, you know, one of the young ladies from the last article I read today, she is in critical condition, so she's still hanging on, but the other young lady died. And if he has kids, he's now ruined their life because now daddy's in jail because he had too much mayonnaise on his sandwich.
And I'm gonna just say, like, we live in such, right now in this country, everything is so political that, you know, you got two major philosophical issues that the government is just, it's just a wild time. So basically what I want to say is America's biggest issue is mental illness and mental health. This country is wound way too tight. You see they done snuck the gas back down a little bit because they understand you can only squeeze people so hard, and certain people are more resilient than others. Let's just say that. Condolences to those families. I'm not giving this man any other excuse other than sane people don't do stuff like this.
And we will leave it there. So we started off with a kind of a sad segment, but we're going to move on to something that's a little less sad, but still sad indeed, because when you are a woman who sings songs about men sweating you, and then you make a public fool of yourself on Beyonce Blue Ivy's internet by holding up a sign for a man who doesn't even publicly acknowledging you. So Diddy was honored on the BET Awards recently, and let me just say, I absolutely loved the performance. I was here singing and dancing and so forth. Long live Jodeci, Jodeci forever. Jodeci's always going to be the greatest band of all time. I digress. However, for people who were watching in the audience, what they would have seen is this sign behind me. And this is Young Miami from the City Girls. Also, her real name is Carissa, holding up a sign that says, "Go Poppy." In the audience, not in the front row, close to his mama, as she's holding up this sign. Now, Diddy did a 9-minute speech. I had taken that 9-minute speech and I brought it down to less than 2 minutes because I wanted you to hear most of the people that Diddy thanked in his speech. And featuring Diddy's speech on this. Now, let's pause that for a second. So this is her, again, with the sign, "Go Poppy." This is, you see this gentleman here looking at her very confused. Because, as you can see, this is very far back into the audience. Don't know, it's just probably a seat filler.
First of all, I want to thank God. God, thank you so much, never leaving my side. But today is not about me. Today is about my mother. Mom, I love you. This is your day. I just miss Kim, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I just want to say thank you to Kim. I got to thank B.I.G. Brooklyn, what's up, Brooklyn? Where you at? The greatest. Period. Period. I got to thank every artist, every producer, every writer, the hitman, every executive I had a chance to work with. Thank you so much. Thank you to all of my fans who have been with me for over 25 years. Love y'all. I love y'all in my mind. Yeah. And y'all know I wouldn't be here without Howard University. Ain't you? Ain't you? I want to be clear. I know I'm missing a lot of names, so this is what I want to do. I want to thank everybody. That means everybody, every single person, even if I didn't say your name, that played a part in my life. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all. I was in a dark place for a few years, you know what I'm saying? And I have to give a special thank you to the people that was really like there for me. Bishop T.D. Chief of Staff, Christina Corm, Lorianne Gibson, keeping me free. Yeah, also Cassie, for holding me down in the dark times. Love.
So if you heard any of those names, none of them was the young lady holding the sign saying "Go Puppy." And I couldn't even put it because again, it was a 9-minute speech that I just condensed 2 minutes. But you see, he thanks Bishop T.D. Jakes. He thanks his dead ex. He thanks his married ex. He thanks his mama who's in the front. He thanks the fans. He thanks everybody.
That's when he thanked her. Because only fans hold up signs like that.
Pretty much.
I actually have nothing else. I have nothing else.
Nailed it.
I'm deceased.
I got a lot more jokes for this one too. Like, that was a great start to it. Like, nailed it. Like, that's when he thanked us, because only fans do stuff like that. Potang. I can only imagine what the ride home was like. It doesn't even, they didn't even have a vibe that they came together. Like,
he didn't come with that woman. He came with his mama. I watched the pre-show. He had his mama in the interviews because it's all about his mama. His mama helped him to get there. He talked about his mama. There was even a tribute from Kim in the tribute to Diddy of Kim talking to him. So again, he thanks the woman who is no longer alive to support him. And about that clip you saw, that was about 30 seconds of him putting his head down of how much he missed Kim and was almost crying. But you got a woman talking about, "Go, Papi!" She's not even Spanish. And he, again, thanked the fans and everybody. So she's in the fans and every so I feel thanked too, because I'm a fan. So, yay!
I can go hard with this, though.
You got your 3 minutes, Robbie.
Yeah, I'm going to leave it alone. But I will say this. I mean, make notes on it. But I just thought about it from a very different angle. And maybe that wasn't intentional spite. Because, like, he was talking in the past primarily. And that's not even really the point. But I just thought about it from the point of when Puff was standing up there and he saw that sign, he probably was like, B, this ain't about you.
Ooh.
And holding up a sign like that, I think it rubbed him the wrong way. Because it's not about you. And that's why it is about my mama.
I agree.
And because you ain't even been here long enough to be doing all that. Like, take it down 2 notches. And I really just thought of it like that because I'm like, wow, if I'm Puff standing up there, what's my read on this behavior? And I was just like, oh yeah, I think Puff was kind of like, yo, you ambushed me on your podcast. Now you out here doing our most. I think she's going to be hitting stage left probably.
Yeah, she is definitely trying to trap him in the weirdest way. And she keeps on using the public doing things on big stages, right?
That was, it's funny. I
That's
thought about
aggressive
it.
much? Like, it's very low-key aggressive.
But I never...
I said the podcast, sorry babe, sorry.
I never thought about it from the perspective that Rob just said, but she did make that moment about her because you're right, the blogs ran with this Go Poppy sign. Every blog you went on, they ran with this. Whether they were making fun of her or not, they were supporting her. She did take away from his moment. It was about him. It was about the work he had done over the last 25 plus years in the industry. Love him or hate him, he made an impact. Oh, and here's our girl Tasha, and she had the sign laminated though. That's love. I'm sorry. Not the laminated sign, girl. Which means she had to think about this beforehand, make it, take it to a Staples to laminate it, and bring it in the limo, take it out the limo, bring it with her, and
it matched her dress. Her dress was also red and sparkly. So this took a lot of planning. And she also did this, I think, Rob, you're onto something, because on her Instagram, as soon as everyone started making fun of her, the next thing she did is she took this very photo and she put her new single out with Usher as the City Girls on the poster. So now she's using this moment that's supposed to be for a man that she's in love with, and using it to promote her latest single.
Ladies.
Yeah, I don't think
she's never going to be chosen.
Yeah, I don't think she played herself.
Played herself. She thought this was
and that's
cute.
Why he played her like that up.
That's why she was a fan.
Like in 9 minutes, it's almost intentional.
9 minutes.
You know what I'm saying?
9 and a half.
That ain't even a forget. Like, and yeah, I'm gonna have fun with this in the 3 minutes though.
So yeah, don't take a man's moment and make it about you. Is basically, if you want that man. If you want to use this man as a stepping stone for your career, go ahead, girl, do you. But if you want that man to choose you, that moment, if he was ever a chance, she ruined it with that moment. Because again, you saw that they panned to her.
Oh, man.
I think they spent more time on her. Again, I cut this video up than they spent on the clip of his mama standing up.
Yo,
because it was so ridiculous.
I think Puff was like, I ain't Michael B. Jordan.
Oh! Perfect timing. Speaking of Michael B. Jordan, in our next segment of Girl, You Need to Stay on the Streets, I present to you Lori Harvey, who tried to be shady on her post when she decided to post this just simple clip. It seems as if she was in a petty mood and she decided to put up a license plate on a car that said, "Dump him." Now, Lori, we don't believe you, ma'am.
She doing what she do. I think she done Future now.
We don't believe. First of all, she was clearly in the streets because she's for the streets, taking pictures in the streets about. We don't believe you, girl.
I think she done Future.
She dumped Future. She dumped Diddy. She dumped Diddy's son. She dumped Trey Songz. Who else was on the list?
Oh, girl, I can't even recall past those
that's
ones.
her motto.
Oh, it's dump him?
I think her motto is dump him. I think that she is a person where, yeah, the streets start to call, and where, you know, she decides, you know, wow, am I gonna gravitate towards the streets, or am I gonna stay here in this stable relationship? And the streets are calling and calling.
Lori!
She runs into the traffic, girl. She runs into the traffic. She hugs the light poles like, I'm here, streets.
Well, tell Lisa she's so committed to the streets. Lord X. She is committed to the streets.
Yeah.
That's a commitment.
Your boy Corey Holcomb, if any of y'all are familiar with him, you know he's a very rude comedian, very matter-of-fact comedian, and a very, man, he went savage about the whole situation with her, man. And to summarize it and to severely clean up the language, one thing he said was like, yeah, like, but that ain't even Steve Harvey's kid, right?
Nope.
Yeah, he was like, yeah,
because
she, the third ninja with money that she been dealing with, and it was kind of like, the way he put it was very much so like, she got the blueprint from her mom.
She did.
Men are stepping stones. You use a man with money to get to the next man with more money and more clout and more position. And you play that all the way until you slam the brakes right before you hit the wall and you marry Steve Harvey. She's got the blueprint already.
Teacher, I have a question. Who is Lori Harvey gonna get better than Michael B. Jordan?
She's not, because she ain't gonna, you can't recapture moments in times, but what she can do is her brand exploded off of this. Even further, just like each situation, she muted the biggest black star in the world. Because outside of like Will Smith, if you're going with the veterans, but I tend to look at Tigers when they're in their prime, and yo, this dude
He's Killmonger.
Okay, if the casting thing say sexy black dude, they call it
Michael B. Jordan.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and dramatic actor. You know, he's
Yeah,
out
he's
here
got the
playing.
chops for it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He's right at the top of the list of that.
Yeah.
So she played him.
I also have, again, played him while she's 25. This
It's gonna be
ish
different. Yeah.
is gonna run out of steam when she gets to 30 and then 35. For her sake, I hope she gets married before the age of 30, because when her sexual place, market value, what Uncle Kevin likes to say, declines, it's cute now, Lori Harvey at 25. It's cute that you're in the streets at 25 years old and you are dismissing people like a Michael B. Jordan, Killmonger, but it's not going to be so cute, because here's the thing, what women, stop dating for other women. When you are out on the streets and you're single, stop dating for other women. Stop dating for other women to applaud you, because what that again signal to men, and this pettiness signal to a high value man that she would be looking for as her next stepping stone. Because again, what's higher than a Michael B. Jordan right now? The actual Prince of Wakanda, right? Like,
Yeah.
who's gonna be higher than Michael B. Jordan, especially in Hollywood, that's gonna want her after playing again this type of game?
You're missing the game plan.
What's the plan?
So her money goes up,
Okay.
and then like again, she's lit. Her lifestyle has she grew up in it. There's a Steve Harvey waiting for her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
You think it ain't?
the
Y'all
only
looking at
missing.
LeBron James. Y'all better stop playing, man.
Yeah, like the only pieces that are missing, Lori girl, remember what your mom did? She didn't have social media flying around to record all of it, right? It's a different world now that we have
Thank
this
you.
social media.
That could be
No, you gotta understand, because for us to find out what Marjorie did, we have to go digging. Like,
We would
I
have
have
to
to
dig.
go through the archives.
Right.
read
And
all
no
the men that
offense,
she's with.
but
Now,
none of us are gonna go do that for her.
now
right?
all we gotta do is hashtag Lori Harvey and all of the stories about
Right. And
Lori
Lori is feeding into it by putting up petty things like that,
That's
right?
what I think about, like, when you're a public figure as a female, your body count starts to become public. And right now, her body count public, and people can rattle off names of like, and it's like, yo, at a certain point, that list gonna get too long for any respectable man.
It should have
take her
ceased
serious.
when she dated a father and son and went on a vacation
Oh, God.
with them.
That's why I'm like, she might
And
be LeBron
so,
James.
for me, when Michael B. Jordan tried to, again, clean up her act, it looked good for her. It did not look so great for Michael B. Jordan, but it surely looked good for Lori Harvey, because you were seeing her in a different light. And so were people who respected Michael B. Jordan in the industry, who didn't even know who Lori Harvey was.
He got Johnny Depp without even doing nothing.
That
Right.
part. That part. So it's a no. But do you, girl? Do you can have your signs, girl? You know, I'm sure the real king of Wakanda is just waiting for you to put all his business out on the social medias.
You just need a Steve Harvey, man.
Have fun, girl. Have fun. So we are gonna do our first segment. 3 minutes, Robbie, 3 times. Hold on, give me a second. Let me get the timer together. Because honestly, the next segment, if you thought this one was something, the next one, okay, I might lose these lashes. Let's just say that. Here we go. 3 minutes with Robbie 3 times. And go. Let me just cling to the clip.
Okay, so the subway shooting, like I said, the world is wound way too tight. And it's just, we got way too many crazy people running around with access to guns. And again, I'm one of the people, I don't think the guns are the problem. I think that the crazy people are, though. And we ain't doing very much, if anything, about it. And it is what it is. But these new 304s, like, they have me totally captivated with how they playing the game. You know what I mean? So let's start with Young Miami. She is manifesting Sierra, okay?
Oh.
The only problem with that is Puff is not Russell Wilson. Puff is Puff. And he has taken down way more substantial game than Young Miami. So 9 minutes? That's intentional. That's like, I refuse to say this B-name. And I think Puff is, he like me, belligerent like that. Like, I will definitely do it. You want to do something like that in public? Okay. I will on you in public then. And it is what it is. And because she already bum rushed them on the podcast, you know, talking about they go together and all this other stuff. And then Puff clearly was like, I guess so. Just to avoid the confrontation in public. Well, he probably got into the dressing room and was like, don't you never in your life do no dumb shit like that ever again. But then she goes and does this. Go, Poppy. He's like, my name is Puffy, not Poppy. And I'm telling you, I think Puff was really just sitting up there like, you know what? I was going to recognize you until you pulled this. This is not about you. This is about me. And sit your little tail down somewhere. And she is Malcolm and Marie. The only problem is Young Miami ain't Marie. It is what it is. Anyway, Lori Harvey, I'm like, either we witnessing the LeBron James of the streets, or we are just Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird. We seeing all-time greatness, or we seeing a train wreck, one or the other. But and it's funny because I might sound like a fan, other than the fact that I am very, very, very against this woman because how she wrecked Michael B. Jordan's reputation by just being a 304. People told him up front, this is what she gonna do to you, bro. And look, everybody done smashed already. You know, I know she pretty. I know she gonna leave that alone. You here, she here, bro. And now she here and he's below her.
And with that, Garcia.
Don't.
Yes.
304, bro.
Hey, everybody. I know you're already laughing and already having a good time, but I'm just interrupting to let you know that Not Your Typical Girl Talk is here for you every Saturday, usually. This is a special edition of Not Your Typical Girl Talk. We are on Saturdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time on internet radio, syndicated through iHeartRadio with Radio Regent. So every Saturday, not this Saturday, but tonight. And every now and then we like to spring a weekday show on y'all. So make sure you follow us on Instagram at Not Your Typical Girl Talk so you stay in the loop. And now we're going to head on with the show.
I'm going to do a disclaimer, and Rob's not going to like this disclaimer, but I'm not big on kids. I am not, I'm not a woman who's all about kids. Kids are...
You don't pull me into it.
No, because you don't necessarily want to do these disclaimers. I'm not a lover of kids. Kids are great. I have kids. I raise kids. But yeah, they're kids. However, if I was going to have multiple kids, especially when the kids were close in age, my plan would have been to have them with the same father. So when you have a 1-year-old and then you pop up on Beyonce and Blue Ivy's internet and you say that you're pregnant with your second child when your child just turned 1, and you say it's for another man, How should we feel about that? Well,
Oh, I know.
someone who just announced their pregnancy and wanted to let us know about it because she's very, very, really, really, well, we'll hear what she's very, very, really, really.
All these texts that I'm getting, people asking me if I'm pregnant. I am. And, you know, I'm very, 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 very happy about it. Very excited about it. And this is gonna be, I'm very, very excited because it's gonna be different from how it was before. And it's just, you know, really peaceful, really happy, lots of help, lots of love. And the only reason I'm even saying anything is because, you know, last time I felt very disrespected that people didn't let me tell that myself. People were taking pictures of me in stores. I know it kind of comes with the job, but clearly, like, you can see that was very disrespectful. And made me very, 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 very upset. And then, you know, I won't speak on no names. Some people called out my pregnancy. Some people, I would say some people literally tried to announce my pregnancy before me, which was dead crazy. So I'm not doing that this go around, y'all. I mean, effed up, say that shit myself. Look at y'all. Yeah, really, really happy. Really happy.
So she's very, very, really, really. So for those on the radio, Summer Walker confirmed she's expecting her second child. I would just like to give you all the timeline. So she was pregnant for her previous child's father. She had said baby March 2021. By about April or so 2021, we had heard that they were now together. And then May 2021, we met her new boyfriend. It is now June 2022. The first child she had, it turned 1 March in 2022. And here she is in June 2022 announcing her second pregnancy by another man, Larry, who apparently is the stepdad of her first child, even though Larry has yet to propose. Garcia?
Listen, and I know there's so many people out there that stand for her, for Summer Walker. But let me tell you something right now. This young woman, that time, she should be spending it on her mental health. She's got a lot of issues. You can even tell from this clip that it's like, girl, you shouldn't be out here having no baby. You should be out here getting your mind right.
I'm sorry, I know Garcia is talking, but Telly, even though she's sick,
I know
Telly
is out here. I can hear her sneezing in the other room, and she's typing away. She says, "Go away, Summer. Her mom should have named her Deadly Winter." Summer needs
Facts.
Summer. Yeah, like the idea. First of all, okay, Summer, you learned your lesson. You were the fourth baby mama. You sang about it. You learned your lesson. Why are we out here having children with Larry, who hasn't even really proposed or even put a ring on it? Where's a promise ring even, girl? Like, I'm not even talking about a wedding ring. I'm talking about some sort of commitment, some symbol of commitment. There is none. So is this Larry's first kid? I don't know much about this young man, but she needs to be more intentional and start looking at what she's doing.
This makes me so angry. I'm sorry. Because she should be like the poster child for married before you carry. Like, what is wrong with that concept? Like, We went, and I'm talking about the black community right now, because honestly, on this one, I don't really care what anybody else is doing. Like this, because again, with all of these issues of reproduction being in the mainstream right now, but dead ass, like, how did we go from where being pregnant and unmarried was a shameful situation to now it's celebrated? High five, girl. You got knocked up.
Oh, no. And let's add, on top of the high five she got, this will be so much better for you. This is going to be I'm so glad you found someone that loves you, because your first baby daddy he was an ass, but this baby daddy, that's it.
Wait.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she set the bar at London on the Beat, because you don't get to do better than your baby daddy. Because most men are going to look at that as your benchmark, you know. So again, if you got 3 baby daddies in the projects, I wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. Why would I? That's what you deserve. And I didn't set that standard. You did.
Right. Also, she said that things are going to be different now, like, but I'm like, girl, what did you change? What is different from the London on the Track relationship to this one?
Like Larry,
She got
Like-
his name
Larry's
tattooed on her.
quiet. He's not public. No one cares about Larry.
Nobody
Like,
cares about Larry. Nobody
that-
cares
that-
about. And again, she's got his name tattooed. Come on, girl. Larry and Summer. You know, it's all different in her mind that she needs to go and.
And
go.
she clearly ain't well. She's
She's unwell.
Thank you.
That was a Brittany Renner moment for me.
And that's my
Thank
the
you.
slow
man.
speech.
This is ridiculous, man. And it's just like,
Thank you.
it's just ridiculous, man. Dude, we gotta learn my lessons, though. You know, you just we gotta be more accountable with what we doing, too, fellas. Like, this shouldn't. But again, Larry, if anybody deserves a high five, it's Larry, I guess. But how long is Summer gonna have a career? So, like, in 5 years, when she's doing a tour date in the Philippines or something like that, like, who's gonna care?
So here is the thing.
Oh, they
And
going off on her.
this is some announcements that I would like to make to help out what Rob just said. Apparently, the top vasectomy doctor has announced that requests for vasectomies have gone up. Since Roe versus Wade is potentially being overturned, men have been calling in and setting appointment in droves to get vasectomies.
And you know what? There was a thing going on that right now, I think it is, I have to verify, but that there is a male birth control pill in testing.
Oh no,
ready
it's
to
been
hit the
released.
market.
No, it was released.
Sales of them shit's about to go crazy.
Absolutely. Yes,
Oh.
vasectomies and
Yo,
Yeah.
man, you can't trust a woman. It's like, it's completely flip-flop. Now men are grabbing their penis like, I don't know what your intentions are.
So we will move on from that, okay? We will move on, and we will move to something that again might make me lose these shady eyelashes that I have on. Recently, 2 artists came together to do what probably was one of the worst verses ever. But the story we're going to tell isn't even about the 2 artists that came to do the verses. It was one of their people that they brought on who wanted to tell us about his one wish. Presenting to you, Ray J. One wish.
Shelly is so sad
all
she's
around.
missing this.
This one too.
She's so mad that she's missing this.
Wish to have a million, let's go. Well, I wish I don't be in love. Don't you think, pretty baby? I make one wish and I wish it all on you. Baby, I love the baby I don't. Baby, I do the baby's born. Till my baby's born. Yo, say what? Till my baby's born. Till my baby's born. Till my baby's born.
They should do this a bit.
Till my baby's born. Till my baby's born.
Okay, so to him. Now, Big Sis Brandy decided that she wanted to have a little conversation with her brother about what had happened. So Brandy came up in Ray J's comments and told him this. Since we're deleting comments, because apparently he deleted her previous comment, I will comment again. Bro, Pops told me that you didn't drink none of the tea I made for you. He also told me that you were talking all day when I specifically said, no talking, and only drink water and the special tea I made for you at 4 in the freaking morning. Caught! Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. If I had one wish, you would listen to your big sis sometimes, and especially for verses. But I'm hot as fire, Lord have mercy. Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. Shaking my head. When I get out vocal rest, we're going to have a serious conversation, and I'm going to screenshot this comment in case you try and delete it again, and I will post again. Laugh out loud. And let me add, if you were watching the BET Awards, because that was why Brandy was on vocal rest, not only did she look amazing, she sounded phenomenal. And it now makes sense when me and the ladies were talking why Jack Harlow did not know that they were siblings, because you've got Brandy and you've got one. Girl.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Jack Harlow. I'm sorry what I said about you on our show previously. Because how was this man supposed to know that Ray J and Brandy were related when we see the display of talents? You know what I mean? Like when Janet and Michael, were on the scene at the same time, people were like, oh yeah, we can see that they're related because they are both out here with basically the same voice and the dance moves. They are related. Ray J made a whole, I can't even, there's nothing comparable to the disgrace that he made.
On brand.
Yes.
What y'all talking about? It's on brand for Ray J. And
I guess so.
what he, just like the sex tape, Ray J backs into success. He is gonna be, because he had his moment when he had the face when they took over on him.
That was
He
honestly,
needs to buy that, not that NFT. He needs to buy that NFT, man, because that thing is going to be worth millions.
Because that meme, even people that I didn't know they didn't even know who Ray J was, and they started using his face as a meme because that was how,
that face said 1,000 words.
The light was just perfect. Oh God, yeah, that meme is everything.
Look,
I'm gonna find it and put on my stories.
That photo is worth 1,000 words. You could, man, listen, and it is perfect Ray J. It's on brand. Like Ray J.
Yeah, you're right, actually.
Sees the moment, guy. He's Brandy's little brother.
Yeah. I remember that one special that he had a few years ago. Maybe it was before even COVID, where him and his ex-wife now, they had this.
Oh no, they still together, girl. They're not together anymore.
Okay, Lord, I don't know why, but they had this full-on conversation on TV, and you're right. This is his brand. He loves to mess up and screw up in public. He's Brandy, I'm sorry, girl.
Look, and that Instagram post proves what people have always known. Ray J is simply Brandy's
little brother. And we're going to leave it finally with Telly's words, which are Ray J and Summer Walker are the reason why R&B right now is on life support, girl.
And that's why people got so mad at Jack Harlow for not knowing that, because the community has always known that Ray J ain't nobody but
Brandy's little brother. So
the fact talking about that you didn't know they were related.
So the fact that you knew Ray J and you don't recognize Brandy's voice? Come on, son. Come on. But
yeah,
again, we get it.
That's why he bought her out.
Again,
and
that's called good marketing.
He redeemed himself a little bit.
In poquito.
On poquito.
Yeah, not a lot. He just got a little bit more. Because again, Brandy,
she slayed her moment.
She came in and she did her thing.
Again, she was great.
Amazing.
She slayed.
She rapped, she sang, and then she danced. Come on, girl.
That's their life. She slays her moments, and he fumbles his.
And then he looks at his big sis, and he's like, "Fix it, Brandy." That's why she got so mad and re-commented.
It was nothing new to Brandy either.
She was like,
I knew it. I knew you
own devices. And
Oh,
this
Ray
is
J.
why, no, he's the definition, because Rob always says that he needs supervision.
No, yeah,
Ray J is
Princess
the
is
definition.
not it. He
No,
needs Brandy.
he needs
He needs
a
a
version
Mary
of Brandy. He needs
This
a white
career will
version
take
of
off
Brandy. He
at
needs
50.
a wife. Ray J, you need a wife version of your sister.
You don't even listen to her, but
That's a lot for a woman to take on, y'all.
Someone whose wife probably made him a little more vanilla than us, the Black community, would like is the artist who, let me just say something. When the New York Post goes into the Beyonce's internet, Blue Ivy's internet, and pulls out what people are saying and puts it on their cover, you know you done effed up. So I'm going to show you the New York Post, their headline, and then we're going to go to why they felt the need to talk about it. So here is the New York Post that says, fans mock Justin Timberlake for awkward hokey pokey dance. They say that he has no swag left. And again, remember, for people who are a little slow, Justin Timberlake, what did he do? He brought sexy back. I don't really know if when I'm built. Okay, let me. So the commenter decided to say, Justin Timberlake attempting to beat his feet on Juneteenth weekend.
Oh my God, what is going on? Look, that is the new. Listen, we are gonna book some old R&B stars and put them on stage together and just capture the magic, you know? Because man, first off the outfit, then the shoes, bro. Like Justin had to drop the baby off on the way to the show.
That's exactly what happened.
That's, yes.
You had a PTA meeting and then a
Girl,
meet.
in his little khaki dance.
He had time to change. He just had to swing by the arena and run up on stage.
Real quick.
That's what Justin wore all day.
That was a real quick moment.
That was a real outfit out of his real closet. That did not come from like
a stylist.
No.
Oh my God.
No.
Justin, how? Like
Justin lost his JT, as Telly would say.
Man, that.
Like, he was invited
That's
to
kind of
the
a blow.
cookout.
Cause like out of he's not even. I never accepted Bill Clinton, but I mess with JT. Okay, for me, he was definitely invited to the cookout.
Right,
And,
like I would sit there. I would sit there as a young girl watching, and I'm like, this Justin is okay. Who's his daddy? Like, I was actually questioning if he was fully Caucasian. Like, that's how good he would be. And now I'm looking at this, I'm like, Grandpa Justin, where did JT go?
And the faces he was making, he used to dance effortlessly.
I was thinking about his mom. Double tap, single tap, double tap. We must watch it again.
He is concentrating way too hard. Look at him. It's like, this is so hard. This is so hard. The shoes, oh my God. Time is not as kind to some as to others. I mean, old James Brown looked better than that.
Listen, Rob.
JT, I'm talking about old James Brown better than middle-aged JT.
Listen.
He needs to go to fat camp right now.
Here is the thing. Because my first JT was John B. I love me to this day. If John B and Jodeci come into town, I don't care. I will go across the country and follow them, okay? But what did John B do? John B married a ... black woman. And if he sings his songs today and he does his swagger, it will be very different.
Jessica Biel, she's cute, but man, yeah,
she vanilla.
You should have went and got Tyra Banks.
Because again, he went to the PTA meeting.
Listen.
He probably had a big sale with the kids. He had a swim meet, and then he showed up in his dad outfit.
Girl.
And tapped his feet.
Listen, I'm here for a JT and Ray J tour. Please, I will pay. I will pay to see Ray J holding his child and JT in his running from soccer practice pickup outfit and watch him do One Wish while Justin beats his feet. Yes. Yes.
No, I mean,
Not Your Typical Girl Talk will be the promoter.
Oh man, I'm telling you, the old R&B stars are ready. The old rap. Who thought that old rappers would be aging better than old R&B stars?
Right? Crazy.
It's crazy. Busta Rhymes and them still look good.
Busta Rhymes can still rap like Busta.
And they can still, they can rap. Like, they're still out here from Snoop all the way down. Even 50 Cent, who isn't even considered a rapper anymore.
Yo,
all of them.
Crazy. Who thought old rappers would be aging better than old?
Listen, Shine came out of jail, went back to Belize, went into politics, came on BET, and killed it. Okay? That man has been through a lot. And Justin over here, again, his PTA went to soccer practice, beating his feet. And Ray J is holding a big. The best part is Ray J blamed we gotta just go back to we gotta go back to the Ray J segment. I want to blame the baby for that. Let's just listen again. We wanna listen again to apparently when you hold an infant, this is how you sound.
Wish to have a fancy car. Wish to have $1 million plus. Well, I wish I don't be in love. So pretty, baby. Think what we shall wish it on you. One thing I love to be the dawn.
Listen, that child has nothing to do with that performance.
Let's just watch this poor
I
baby.
just thought of something too.
This is the baby. What is the baby doing with his vocal cord?
No, nothing.
I thought about the difference between, you see all these cats up on there? None of them manage their money good. 50, all the rappers we talking about still got cake. That's why they ain't gotta do stupid stuff like this. You know, when we see, like you see how Gucci came out on Versus? They got like $1 billion worth of jewelry on.
Mm-hmm.
But they got the I need money vibe, like, oh my goodness.
Desperation vibes.
Yeah, at least JT ain't got that because, you know, them was some nice Cole Haans he had on. But you should not.
Listen, Telly again with the last word before Robbie 3 times 3 minutes. Telly says the audience's one wish was for him to stop singing. And I think I would have to agree with that because to blame your baby for the singing, why you sound like this, it's my baby. Sir, no. So, Robbie 3 time, we are going to start with your segment. Let me just get these clips up so you can be reminded of what you'll be talking about. And it's time to go.
So, the fourth baby mama, like, honestly, this is as sad as the subway shooting to me. Because I'm kind of like, them poor children, like, what kind of shot they got at normalcy? And I'm just leave it at that. Like, I don't even give her no much airtime. Like, I said it all in the segment. Like, how do we go from where, like, it's a reason that being unwed and having babies was considered shameful because it's not good. It's not good for the child. and it ain't good for you. But y'all just gonna. Sorry for the y'all. I know y'all not doing that, but I guess I'm just gonna keep doing it anyway. Ray J and Brandy. Oh man, like look. Their relationship single-handedly invalidates the argument that men don't need women. Like, it's just... We could make that argument if not from Brandy and Ray J, but all you gotta do is hold that up there, and it's just like, you know, not much you can say about that one. Totally on brand for him. I hope he's got enough sense that he needs to be turning that meme into an NFT. That will say then he won't have to do the next verses because he'll be eating off of that, you know. We didn't even get to like Omarion and the watermelon and all of that like that. There were so many classic moments in that verses that I could go on and on and on for days. The only one who survived was Mario. Mario looked like he managed it. That's why he ain't even there no more. He came and did what he needed to do and left and got his check. And Mario looked good. That's about it. And where was Genuine? Like, is he in that? Or is he a little older than that?
He's a little older.
He's a bit older, yeah.
I think him and Tank, and they did their thing. So, anyway. And, like, we could just talk about aging musicians. Jeez. Because JT just hurt my heart. Perfect timing of the capture of that photo because it represents everything that was going on. Like I said, the shoes, the watch. This is like Target. Shirts from Target, the Pohans, and khakis are from like what's that one place they like?
They like
Ross.
No, he's more upscale than Ross, but gosh, I can't think of the name of it because I don't shop there. But anyway. Man, you need a fitness. Either you need to go back to stop performing like you had been doing, because again, he ain't been performing. He got plenty of money. But yeah, I guess this was like they said, a Juneteenth special. Look, just cancel it. I'm pretty sure Jessica's gonna make him stop though, because she's like, don't ever do that to our family again.
Oh, there you go. He said, Telly gave it to American Apparel.
American Apparel. It was close.
Yes.
It was
yes.
close.
It's very American.
First time in his career he's ever went from the car to the stage.
Oh.
Yes, it's true.
It might be a coffee stain or something like that.
Oh my God.
Oh, dear.
And I wish I had it where you could see Pharrell's face and he was kind of like, yo, dude.
What happened? That's all.
Poor Pharrell. Pharrell being one of the coolest men that have ever walked the earth to watch. He's like, I invited you here, and this is what you do on my stage of cool.
It was a mess. But Telly, thank you. We know you're sick, but you've been going in. We love you. We hope you get better. We will all like to thank everybody from Garcia, myself, and Rob. Thank you all for joining us. It was quite the show. Again, we will see you next week, Saturday, at our regular time. And thank you to those who tune in, because Lord knows the innanets never fail.
Amen.
Poor Pharrell looked like a child compared to Justin. And Telly again with the last words, because he did. He looked young and fresh and spry, and Justin was over there trying to figure out his 1s and 2s and 3s and 4s and 5s and 6s and 7s. And
looking like a whole granddad.
Oh, he was concentrating so hard. He had a migraine after that shit. That was so much work.
When old people try to reclaim their youth, there's that. So thank you, everybody. We will see you next week. Thank you, Card. Thank you, Telly. Thank you, babe.
Oh, yeah, that's like coming soon. We got the Adrian Peterson, Le'Veon Bell celebrity boxing match again. Kids, manage your money good, or you have to do stupid stunts for money late in life.
Don't do that. Okay,
True.
we won't do that. Thank you. Bye-bye.
That's why we.
Goodbye. Bye-bye.